The story of Exodus is a tale of great deliverance and divine power. It begins in the land of Egypt, where the descendants of Jacob, once honored guests thanks to Joseph's wisdom, had become a mighty nation. But as their numbers grew, a new Pharaoh rose to power, one who had no memory of Joseph. Fearful of their strength, Pharaoh enslaved the Israelites, forcing them into back-breaking labor. But no matter how hard he tried to crush their spirit, their faith remained unshaken. Then, in the midst of this darkness, a baby boy was born, a child destined to change history. His mother, desperate to save him from Pharaoh's cruel decree to kill all Hebrew baby boys, placed him in a basket and sent him down the Nile. And in a twist only God could arrange, Pharaoh's own daughter found him and raised him as her own. She named him Moses, meaning drawn out of the water. But Moses' path was not smooth. Though raised in the luxury of Pharaoh's palace, he never forgot his people. One day, in anger, he killed an Egyptian who was beating a Hebrew slave. Fearing for his life, Moses fled into the wilderness. He became a shepherd in Midian, far from Egypt, thinking his days of importance were behind him. But God had other plans. One day, while tending sheep, Moses saw a bush ablaze, but it wasn't consumed. Curious, he approached, and then came the voice of God. "Moses, Moses." God revealed that he had heard the cries of his people and chosen Moses to lead them to freedom. Overwhelmed and uncertain, Moses protested, "Who am I to face Pharaoh?" But God promised, "I will be with you." He equips Moses with signs, a staff that becomes a serpent, a leprous hand healed, and water turned to blood. Reluctantly, Moses accepted, joined by his brother Aaron as his spokesman. The showdown with Pharaoh was intense. Moses and Aaron demanded, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart was hardened and he refused. So God sent plagues, 10 in all, to show his power and judgment against Egypt's gods. First, the Nile turned to blood. Then frogs swarmed the land. Gnats filled the air. Flies tormented the people. Livestock perished. Painful boils broke out. Hailstorms destroyed crops. Locusts devoured what was left. Darkness covered the land for 3 days. And finally, the death of every firstborn son. But God spared the Israelites, who marked their doorposts with the blood of a lamb, a moment we now remember as the first Passover. Finally, Pharaoh relented, and the Israelites were free to go. But freedom didn't come easy. As the Israelites journeyed, Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army after them. Trapped by the Red Sea, the people panicked. But Moses, filled with faith, raised his staff, and God parted the waters. The Israelites crossed on dry ground, and when Pharaoh's army followed, the sea returned, sweeping them away. This mighty act became a song of praise to God's power and faithfulness. The wilderness was both a test and a blessing. God provided manna from heaven, quail for meat, and water from a rock. Even when the people doubted, he showed his care. Through trials, they learned to trust the God who had delivered them. Finally, as the people settled into their journey, Moses' father-in-law Jethro visited. Seeing Moses overwhelmed with leading, Jethro wisely advised him to delegate, teaching Israel to work together as a community. The story of Exodus, dear friends, isn't just about freedom from slavery. It's about God's faithfulness and his desire for a relationship with his people. From the burning bush to the Red Sea, from manna in the desert to battles won, God proved that he was with them every step of the way. And just as he delivered them, he can deliver us from whatever holds us captive. So I ask you, what is your Red Sea? What's holding you back from freedom? Trust in the one who parts the waters and makes a way, even where there seems to be none. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Begin your journey today.